Brodie Brazil here to recap Game 26 on the season. The Sharks facing Las Vegas in the second of 4 total meetings this season. And you may remember their first battle was that opening night contest at the Tank, a closely played game and a result that went completely sideways in the final 90 seconds of regulation and then carried over into that 4-3 overtime loss for the Sharks. Tonight's tilt started off as a good road effort, got a little unraveled in the middle period, but the Sharks did make a statement even with another 4-3 defeat. Let's do the breakdown. You know, the Sharks really do love their warm-up sports, and it's kind of weird how the soccer game, it still goes on, like you can see it over there off in the distance, but now we've really added football into the mix. Kind of makes you wonder if this is a seasonal thing, like will they still be throwing the pigskin around before hockey games in March? Macklin had better be careful with moves like that. And with the 49ers quarterback situation, he might be on speed dial. All right, back to hockey, and it's been a while since Ryan Reaves was a Golden Knight, but you know his forever ties to Vegas, but also how good he's been as a Sharks teammate so far, a big catalyst and a voice inside the San Jose room. And we'll also foreshadow something big here, a milestone game for Will Smith, already lacing them up for his 100th time in the NHL. Time flies when you're having a good time. And when you're scoring first. We're 7:34 into the night. Orlov gets it to Toffoli, and Tyler hits Will Smith with that 63-foot stretch pass. From here, Smitty makes it a night to remember, and he's just getting started. The snapshot beats Carl Lindbaum glove side, and it was as pretty as they get. Some great skating there from Smith to receive the pass behind him, turn a corner, and then turn on the Jets. That's Will Smith commemorating his 100th NHL game with his 9th goal this season, also 2 games in a row with a goal for number 2.
What's different with Will Smith from Game 1 to Game 100?
I guess just a little bit of experience. Being around these guys, it's been awesome. So they've been leading the way, and we have a great group of veterans.
You and Macklin have brought a lot of juice, a lot of energy, a lot of vibe, a lot of enthusiasm to this team. Has that always been the case with you playing hockey?
Of course, you're playing the game you dream of, and there's no reason not to have fun.
Okay, let me ask you, you've been shooting the puck more. Who got to you?
I think you and my dad.
I was hoping you were going to say that. We talked after a few games ago, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, one thing we've all learned and loved about Drew, he's a coach at heart, and we just kind of get to borrow him as a broadcaster. Good advice, by the way, to Smitty. All right, from here, things get, ugly and difficult. Vegas would get the next 4 goals in this game. Final 4 minutes of the first period, it's a loose puck that's just sitting there somehow. Right place, right time for Tomas Hertl. Forehand from the slot. It just happened so quick, and we're tied at 1 into intermission. Then second period, 5:36 in. Vegas on the rush. Kolasar's shot initially stays just under Alex Nedeljkovic's pads. That gave Colton Sissons the opportunity to get a couple good whacks in, and the puck goes across the line. That's his first goal on the season, also a 2-1 Vegas lead. Then about 90 seconds later, it's the new face of this Vegas franchise, Mitch Marner, taking the puck behind the cage, but he wasn't followed. That makes the wraparound really hard to stop for Ned. It's now 3-1 Vegas. And then 12:38 into the second period, Marner rips one from the point. Hertl doing his best. Joe Pavelski redirect in the slot, and it works. That's a 2-goal game for the former Sharks fan favorite. And you know what? It'll never feel right seeing Tomas Hertl score against San Jose as a Vegas Golden Knight. It just will not feel right. But the reality is a 4-1 Golden Knights lead. And at that point, if we're being honest, the trend kind of felt like things possibly might get even worse before they got better. However, this is a new breed of Sharks. This team has the bite, the kick, the attitude, the poise, the comeback ability to at the very least make games interesting. It's a significant step and part of their evolution. 2 minutes here after Hertl's power play goal. It's the Sharks on their own man advantage. Looks like the puck just came off the wall and found Will Smith, literally keeping it 100 with his second goal in this milestone night. But on closer look, after Mac actually lost the puck, it was his defensive effort to create the turnover that got the puck to Smith, meaning that Macklin records his 100th NHL point right here, also on this play. Congrats to both of the kids. And oh yeah, the lead is cut to 2. And then with about 30 seconds left in the middle period, great feed by Gaudette at the red line. Eklund was already in motion, and 72 puts on some dekes, goes 5-hole to beat Lindbaum. That's a 2-game goal streak for Eki, also his 7th on the season, and would you look at that? It's just a 1-goal game with plenty of hockey to play. I'll take this moment to remind you and or let you know that Alex Nedeljkovic was really good in this game, and especially when the Sharks needed him most, mounting their comeback. If there's only one main frustration, it's just that time ran out. The Sharks had some great chances at the very end to tie, but just couldn't get one in.
And Eklund to the net. A shovel to the goal by Wenberg, stopped by Lindbaum. Celebrini, and now Eklund, deflected in front. Cleared from behind the net, but kept in by Macklin. Celebrini on the wing, Smith, 6 seconds to go. In front, Eklund, fans, to Foley, over the net, it hit a stick, and the game is over. Carl Lindbaum and the Vegas Golden Knights celebrate both the victory and the 22-year-old's first NHL win in goal.
That's a good team over there. They've been good for a lot of years, and I think we played with them. There was a few scenarios in the second where we got beat, and that's how we probably lost the game. But I thought we battled back in the second, scoring 2 right off before the period, and obviously we wanted maybe to have a little bit of a better push in the third, but I think we had our chances and we couldn't just score.
I thought they played with a lot of pace. They were on top of us in all 3 zones. They really didn't give us much time and space. They didn't give us a chance to breathe, and I thought in the second there, at the end of the second there, we were, obviously power play, Smitty getting 2 for us tonight was huge, but and then at the end of the second there we get a big one, and I think that one we just kind of beat it. Finally, we played fast. We were moving away from the puck and creating our own space, and Eki gets a great opportunity, and he's not going to miss many of those. So I think that's something I think we can take away is just when teams play on top of you, it's really hard to get any sort of momentum going, and it's suffocating at times. And I think we can learn from that a little bit, and we did it at times ourselves too. So we just got to be a little bit more consistent with it.
Yeah, I think when you get down 4-1, it's tough. But I think our team had a lot of heart there to get a bunch of chances and give us a chance in the third period.
Tough luck, I think. We have a couple good shift, and obviously it was bad bounce. End up in our net. And it was kind of was happening last couple of games. But we've been talking about it. We can't just let them, not score. We have to get back in and tight and get the lead, and we kind of did it. And I think it was a pretty good game, but obviously some tough luck in the second, with a couple of bad bounces, but only what it matters, we got two big points for us.
This condensed season really showing its pace lately. The Sharks just finished a stretch of 5 games in 8 nights, and all of that was surrounding U.S. Thanksgiving as a holiday. They will get the next 2 at home against Utah and the Caps, but after that, it's one of their longest road trips on the season, 5 games, mostly out east.